I think I told you guys my mom and dad moved to Vancouver like a month ago. Well, like a couple weeks ago, I guess. And my mom's now offloading all the sentimental stuff that she saved from my school years. She's already given me all like my high school yearbooks and the school pictures and stuff like that. Now she's like, next time you come over, I'm gonna give you the books of poetry you had to write in like the seventh grade. And I was like, Mom, I think I threw that shit in the garbage because I wanted you to throw it in the garbage. And now I imagine that you probably fished it out, being like, one day you're gonna want this, but it's been, I don't know, almost 30 years at this point, and I do not want it. I'm constantly rewriting my own story. I don't need to look back at the signpost of my own story. I mean, I'm sure it's not that. It's probably just like, it's not that raw of an emotional nerve, because when your seventh grade teacher asks you to like write a poem, you don't reach deep in your spirit to write a poem. You're just like, oh, fuck, I don't know. It's raining outside. Let's write about like a cloud or something. But my parents recently moved to Vancouver. Check this out. Sixth grade Millennium Poetry Anthology. In the, I don't know if it was the fifth grade or the sixth grade, because that was the year 2000 happened, like New Year's happened when I was in the fifth grade, I think. But my teacher put together a poetry collection from us in class. And I thought I would, sight unseen, I've not seen this in 25 years. I thought I would bust it out. Give me a second here. Okay. This one's called The Four Seasons. And by the way, it's thick, man. This is not like 4 poems. This is like, I would say is maybe like 100 printed out pages of poems from our class. The Four Seasons. In spring, I run and hike. In spring, I ride my bike. In summer, I have fun and play. In summer, I sleep all day. In fall, I rake and rake. In fall, I need a break. In winter, it snows and snows. In winter, it blows and blows. Really encapsulates the spirit of the seasons. That was before blows meant it sucked, by the way. We only had suck. We didn't have blow back then. In spring. Spring is in the air. Spring is everywhere. When flowers begin to grow, you know there's no more snow. Butterflies bumble, ladybugs too. You wear sandals instead of shoes. And when you look into the waters, you see lots of swimming otters, which is not true. Not true where I grew up, but you could imagine that it could be true. Lightning strikes the river deep, even on them. This one's called Stormy. Sorry. Lightning strikes the river deep, even on the mountain steep. Thunder rumbles in the sky. Its sounds are heard from low to high. A tree sits in a field so bare. Lightning hasn't struck it there. Though right now it seems so calm, in a while it could be gone. Chat, that one's mine. I don't know if you can see that. That one's fucking mine, bro. Holy shit. What was I on in the 6th grade, man? Spring has sprung, the grass is green. It's the nicest I have seen. The trampoline's up, the bikes are out. All I want to do is shout. The rain will come to feed the flowers, and we will gain many more hours. It's camping time. The time is here. I really love this time of year. Nah, I was on a different level. I was on a different level in the 6th grade. That versus a tree sits in a field so bare, lightning hasn't struck it there. Though right now it seems so calm, in a while it could be gone. Holy shit, man. This one's called Flying on a Trampoline. On a trampoline, you jump so high, you lightly travel through the sky. When you come down on the trampoline, you are flying, it would seem. When you jump and jump and jump, you fall down with a great thump. After you are finally done, you have had lots of fun. Oh, shit. I was like, in the 6th grade, I was like, why am I not popular? Why am I not popular? Spring, when the flowers come out and the plants start to sprout, when the birds start to sing and the church bells ring. I think that, no disrespect, this is my classmate in the 6th grade. I never got to read these until now. The church bells ring all year. They don't just ring in the spring. When the butterflies fly and there are birds in the sky, you'll know that it's spring, so says the messenger of the king. Deeply theological overtones in this one. I don't a bit heavy-handed. I can't wait. This kid was like, he was like the Jack Black of my class. I have not read this in advance, I swear. This one's called Spring. In spring, I ride my bike. It's one thing I really like. Going up hills and down, I even ride into town. I feel the wind go past, I'm going very fast. My bike is all I need when I have the need for speed. The beautiful tree! There is a tree so graceful and tall, it's standing outside the Blueberry Mall. Oh shit, okay, there's some literary skill here. You might be asking what the Blueberry Mall is. We don't have one. We don't have one of those in my hometown. So they're showing, not telling. Covered with pretty pink and blue flowers, it looks as though it could have powers. Graceful and tall, you will see a perfect nest for a honeybee. It provides a great place for wrens and robins too, a nice cool shade for me and for you. I love spring! Spring, spring, I love spring. It makes the birds sing, sing, sing. The robins love to eat the worms, and I get rid of all my germs. I guess you're not as sick in the spring as you are in the winter. That makes sense. I have fun all day because I get to play. I run around and laugh and see a newborn calf. The pollen is in the flowers, and we say goodbye to all the plowers. Hello, rain and shine, and now it's yours and mine. There was could have used some extra editing on the meter for sure, but no way, no plowers, man. It snows a lot. It snows a lot where I grew up, man. Computers. This is one of my friends. He did not understand the assignment. Computers, they are so much fun. Computers, they are number one. Computers, they are the best. Computers, they are better than the rest. Computers, they are so great. Computers, they are hard to hate. Computers, they are so smart. Computers, they are best for art. Yo, fuck you, man. You didn't know where that shit was. He didn't know. He didn't have internet back then. He only had computer. He didn't have internet. Spring. I love the computer one right in the middle of 30 poems about the spring. Today is the first day of spring. You can hear the church bells ring. Spring brings pretty blooming flowers, which start climbing up church towers. Animals start coming out of holes. Off go running little gray moles. Children play on the swings and the slide. Some children go run and hide inside. What the hell is she talking about, man? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, vampire children. When you look way up high, you see something blue called sky. At the end of spring, bells will ring, which tell you to say goodbye to spring. Is that true? I've never been there for the spring bells. Spiders. This is a lot like the computers one, but it's a different guy. Spiders. They're so creepy and sly. Spiders. They can climb so high. Spiders. They're in your bed. Spiders. They're waiting to be fed. Spiders. They eat everything they find. Spiders. I'm sure that they're not blind. Spiders. They're so big and hairy. Spiders. Don't think they're not scary. He's imploring you. Don't think that they're not scary, because they can be. A lot of these do have a Trump cadence, and I think I'm giving that to them, but also the writing informs that reading. In the summer, heat and sun, I run and play and have some fun. I like to swim, but not with him. Lowercase h. It's still biblical. In the autumn, the leaves all crack, but I like to sit and eat a snack. I jump in the leaves that are under the trees. In the winter, cold and weather, snowflakes fall just like a feather. Use the snow to make a ball, then we can have a free-for-all. In the spring with blossoming flowers, I feel like I have spring powers. In the spring, bunnies hide eggs. Ones we find, we put in bags. Summer, autumn, winter, and spring, they are all part of a ring. Oh, brother, that fucking sucked, man. That sucked ass. Summer. Listen to the buzz of the bees. They are all around in the trees. The water flows down the stream. As the water flows by, off comes steam. The summer sun and the breeze flows through the leaves in the trees. The warmth on my feet makes me feel neat. Oh shit, this is fucking funny, man. They're 11. I cut them some slack. Spring. Today is the second day of spring. You can hear the church bells ring. What the hell? I grew up with them. Our school was not next to a church. There was no spring church bell ringing festival. They couldn't think of anything to rhyme with spring but ring, man. I like spring because I can do my thing. It's my birthday, and it's also Earth Day. Okay, that might fucking go. That might be a fucking a bar and a half right there. I get flowers in my garden. I got them for a bargain. I go outside. I like to hide. Me and my friends chase the hens. We really like that. I also like my cat. Then I went to bed to rest my head. Hi, 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 bye, bye, bye. Holy cow, man. I remember this girl, though, the girl who wrote that poem. In the 6th grade, the teacher asked us when our bedtime was. And everybody was saying like age-appropriate bedtimes, like 8:30, 9 p.m. And she said it was 11:30 p.m. And everyone went, "What? You're 11 years old. What do you mean you go to bed at 11:30 p.m.?" She also told me she hated the taste of water. Librarian, does that seem like a Jessica poem? Hi, 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 bye, bye, bye. That's not a Jessica. I'm not going to tell you her name. She deserves privacy and the right to be forgotten. But that is not a Jessica, it's not a Hillary, it's not an Elizabeth poem. Let's put it that way, okay? Seasons. In the spring, the flowers grow because there is no longer snow. In the summer, I swim in the pool because there is no more school. In the fall, I go to the mall, and there I buy a yellow ball. In the winter, I skate on the ice only where it's quiet and nice. These children are only concerned with habits and behaviors, right? Not emotions, thoughts, interiority. It's just what are we playing with outside in any given season? Bumblebees. Bumble rumble all around. Can you hear the rumbling sound? This is a promising start. Bumble rumble in their home. It is shaped like a honey dome. Honey is what you eat. It is really very sweet. Honey is what the bees do make. Their honey is for you to take. Now, you leaving that breadcrumb there, in the 3rd stanza, you gotta really drive home that theme of exploiting the animals to give us something to think about. They like to sit on the flowers. Bumblebees have flying powers. They fly high and they fly low. The wind makes them tumble to and fro. Nope. Spring. In the spring, I like the flowers because they get rained on by the showers. When it gets warm out, I like to use my running power. I like to go to Toronto to see the CN Tower. CN Tower was a big deal where I grew up, even though it was 3 hours away. It was the tallest freestanding structure in the world. In the spring, the flowers bloom. I have to give my puppy a groom. I think I have to clean my room. At night, I like to watch the moon. The trees are growing now. It has stopped snowing. When I go outside, the wind is not blowing. Then I get out the lawnmower and start mowing. I go in the canoe and I start rowing. Oh my God, man. Bees. Listen to the buzzing sound. It's in the trees all around. Can you see the fuzzy bees blowing in the summer breeze? Can we get I want a spring ring rhyming count and like a breeze trees rhyming count. Spring, when the flowers come out and the plants start to sprout, when the birds start to sing and the church bells ring. Today is the first day of spring. You can hear the church bells ring. At the end of spring, bells will ring. Spring flowers swing in the breeze. They tickle my nose. I start to sneeze. Summer, autumn, winter, and spring, they are all part of a ring. Oh, brother, that fucking sucked, man. The summer sun and the breeze flows through the leaves in the trees. Spring, today is the second day of spring. You can hear the church bells ring. What the hell? I grew up with them. Our school was not next to a church. There was no spring church bell ringing festival. They couldn't think of anything to rhyme with spring but ring, man. Okay, so that's one unit. That was all the rhyming couplets. Now let's say we're about 10% of the way through here. So somebody tell me what a synchion is as far as a poem goes. Cinquuian. A synchion. 5-line poem. Oh, shit. 1-word title, a noun, 2 adjectives, 3 ing participles, a phrase, and a synonym for the title. At least these ones are fast. Puppies. Puppies, playful, cuddly, always playing around. They're getting exercise playing. Babies. Okay, this fucking sucks, man. These poems are fucking garbage. This form is fucking garbage. Let me see what I was able to cook up here. There's a lot of hockey ones, man. Hockey, stick, puck, shot, score, glide, skate, hit boards, skating, then get slammed into boards, scoring. Mine is about biking, which is really funny. Biking, excited rush, pedaling very hard, heart pumping very rapidly, cycling. Nah, these are not good, man. Haiku. Oh my God, I'll give you my haiku, man. Bowling. An alley so big, throwing a ball really hard. I bowl whenever I can. Nice, man. Nice. A haiku about bowling. I bowl whenever I can. I bowl whenever I can. 757? That makes sense to me. Isn't it 575? An alley so big, throwing a ball really hard. I bowl when I should have said when I can. When I can. I got the form wrong, bro. Damn, this one's kind of cinema. This is from Computer's Kid. I'm at the school. Beautiful summer weather. Chase away this day. Whoa, shit. Okay, this is what it's all about, man. Limericks. The limerick unit. The cat from Ohio. There once was a cat from Ohio who wore a big hat with a spiral. He went into town wearing his big crown. That silly old cat from Ohio. That's C minus. Ohio doesn't rhyme with spiral, and you used Ohio twice. No punchline, no reason for the damn poem to exist. There once was a man named Don Wunner. His job was a marathon runner. He jumped over a saw, then he fell and broke his jaw. Now he pronounces his name Wonald Dunner. That's from yours truly. That one's mine. I always had a flair for the limerick. I knew it. It's got a certain peanut butter sort of vibe to it. There once was a jester named Fester. He was called by the king in Fester. He sat on a pie and he made the king cry. From then on, he was just called Fester. Okay, that sucks ass. The frog named Shilly. There was a frog named Shilly. She liked to sit on her lily. She cried out in pain when it started to rain. Oh, my poor and lost husband, Willie. There once was a flower named Sarah. This flower had a friend named Kara. Sarah was all green because she was a bean. That wonderful flower named Sarah. Okay, I'm starting to believe that the teacher did not teach the class well how to do limericks because they just keep rhyming with the names over and over. There's no story. There once was a fat guy from Barrie. He had a big dog named Larry. The dog was so black and had a sore back. Boy, that big black dog was so hairy. Kind of don't even know what Like, so did we know anything else about them? Or is this, it's Tony Blundetto raps, man. There once was a man we named Joe. I like that wrinkle. We named him Joe. That might not be his name, but we named him that. Who just bought a brand spanking new hoe. Okay, wait, this goes hard. Actually, I think this poem might have sucked when they made it, but now in 2025, with the synonym for hoe, it actually goes crazy. There once was a man named Joe who just bought a brand spanking new hoe. He called for his wife, who brought him his knife, so he doesn't want his new hoe. His wife threatened to kill him, and he said, I'm not messing with you anymore. The man who had no hair. There once was a man from St. Clair who turned 30 and colored his hair. Done in the big sink, his hair, it turned pink. So, of course, he shaved his head bare. I wish I was 30, man. There once was a boy named... Okay, this is by a boy named Matt, if I may. This wasn't bullying. There once was a boy named Matt. He was extremely fat. All day and all night he put up a fight, and finally he just fell flat. There once was a hippo named Bub. He get a nickname, Mr. Chubb. He drank so much pop, his tummy would bop, but he had a cute baby cud. I have no idea, man. I have absolutely no idea. There once was a fellow named Matt. He wore a blue and yellow hat. His hair was very yellow, but he was mellow, and he was a very slick cat. Some of these are so fucking bad, man. See if you can find where they lose me on these next two. There once was a man from Kuntucket who upon his head wore a bucket. He could not see me, fell and hurt his knee, that silly old man from Kuntucket. There was a frog named Fred. He never got out of bed. He loved to jump. He looked like a bump. That good old frog named Fred. So fucking ass. You literally have to come up with like basically 3 rhymes, and they're just too lazy to rhyme with Fred. It ends in ED, bro. There once was a dentist named Paul who enjoyed shopping at the mall. He bought a bunny, ran out of money. That silly old dentist named Paul. I'm going to fucking freak out. They all end with that silly old noun named rhyme. There once was a girl named Jill. She had a friend named Bill. She found a baseball which bounced down the hall, so they played some baseball with Will. Who fucking cares, man? A poem to mom. This must have been around Mother's Day. There is woman that is beautiful and tall. She has blue eyes and beautiful blonde hair. She thinks she's fat, but she's not that at all. She's married to someone whose nickname is Bear. She has a garden with lots of flowers. Her plants are beautiful, and so is she. Her plants look as though they could have powers. Recurring theme. If she is beautiful, how can they be? To Mom. Some Pop-Tarts are red, some are blue. This breakfast in bed is just for you. Also, cherries are red and blueberries blue. You're the best mother that I ever knew. Untitled. I'm old enough to know now that this day comes once a year. Now I sit and wonder how this day's already here. You watched me grow up from a tot into a little boy. Do you remember that I had a lot of fun and joy? Then I went to a school. Its name is, I don't really want to read this part. Its name is blank blank S. I had some fun there. It was cool. No change with age, I guess. Then I went a great long way. Through 1, 2, 3, and 4. They zipped by me just like a day. I hardly remember anymore. Then I went into grade 5, my preteen years you'll see. In grade 5, I did the jive. But that's all a year behind me. I'm now in grade 6, some call it junior high. Throughout this year I've had some kicks. Kicks means fun, and that's no lie. Now my poem's coming to a very swift conclusion. My name is below, so you won't sue, and it will cause you no confusion. All right, that one's mine. I went too far. I put too much sauce on it at the end. It started really good and sentimental, but then it got way too attempting to be clever with the wordplay at the end. My mother. My mother very calm. She is the best. When it comes to being mom, she beats all the rest. She understands the things I do in a way that no one can. My dad understands me too, but of course he's a man. Mother. This one's called Mother. Mother's Day we share, morning and all day long. She will always care. You could even sing this as a song. Mother's Day is special. It's your special day, not a time for wrestle. It's only time to play. Oh, mother, what you mean to me, I wish, but I can't say. I can't tell you what to see. I can only feel. Okay? You deserve a special good, but this is what I give you. I'd make something if I could, but I believe this is true. You're the only mom. You're the best. Even though you only love some, you beat all the rest. You help me with homework when I'm really stuck. You used to be a sales clerk, but help me so I don't suck. What the fuck? Roasted. Mommy, you are cool. Mommy, you are nice. Mom, you're not a fool. You keep away the mice. Mom, these hit harder at when you're 36 and thinking about what these like 11-year-olds might have been going through at home. Mommy, you are cool. Mommy, you are nice. Mom, you're not a fool. You keep away the mice. Mom, I want a kitty who won't bug me. Mommy, you are lucky. Oh, mommy, you've got me. My mother, she's so sweet. My mother, she's not crazy. My mother, she's so neat. Nor is she lazy. Interesting use of nor after an affirmative statement, but Mom, my mom is the best. Mommy, you're so cool. Mom, you are better than the rest. Mom, don't go back to school. Mom, even though you sweep and clean all day, don't forget I'm there for you all the time. When you're sick on the bed, you lay, but you never ever whine. I love you, Mom. You're the best. You never go to sleep when I cry. You're number one. You beat the rest. I'll always love you, even after I die. You give me lots of money. You take me to the store. Sometimes you're pretty funny. You often sweep the floor. When I was a baby, you taught me to talk, and now that I know how, I just can't stop. Okay, that is a fucking great line, but she ruins it by saying, when I was an infant, you taught me to talk. As I grew older, you taught me to hop. You are so cool. You're the best in the world. If someone thinks you're not, then they're a fool. Your hair is pretty and it's curled. This line is this is so good. My mother likes to party. My mother wants me to be a lady of leisure. She is sweet and tardy and likes her salad Caesar. Oh, she likes her salad Caesar. My mother is the best. She takes me place to place. She's better than the rest. Have you noticed that a lot of them seem to be better than the rest, which doesn't seem possible, but my mother is the best. She takes me place to place. She's better than the rest. She would like a new makeup case, in case you're keeping track. A lot of them are called my mother. You can see why I went with untitled. Can we end the bit already? We got half the book left, brother. Mother, you are so sweet. To me, you're number one. You always come to my track meet, where we always have fun. She lets me do whatever I want. I know this kid. She did let him do whatever he wants. This is like, he was not LARPing here. He got into a little bit of trouble. She lets me do whatever I want, no matter where we go. My brother and I tease and taunt. Then he kicks me with his toe. I think acrostics are not going to work really well. I could read my acrostic, maybe. Let's see. What did I write? It's got to be about chess. I already did bowling and biking, man. Lemmings! Oh, shit. Lemmings by Ryan Letourneau. Little green men. Each level is different. Many different types of lemmings. My favorite computer game. It has 120 levels. No levels are easy. Good players will breeze through. Some players will choke. This is abysmal. It's the 6th grade, you hater. Why'd you have to write so many? I think everybody in the class wrote 4 or 5 poems. So that means that it came to like, 150 poems or whatever. I thought this was like first to third grade. You should honestly read like a first grader's poem. A first grader's poem is going to be like 8 words and entirely spelled wrong. That was pretty good for the 6th grade, man. I was clearing this in 6th grade. Well, now look at you. We're back with the dulls, y'all. Take a snore, that's right. What's crazy too is that like I think those poems that we just read in something that the YouTube video is not going to have any idea of what's going on, maybe. They might go hard for you because they're funny, but they go way harder for me because I know who those kids who wrote the poems were because they were my classmates. And reading them, like, at age 12, I was like, damn, some of these poems fucking suck. But then, reading them at, like, 36, I'm like, wow, your home life must have been fucking insane. Everything's starting to come into picture now. Everything's starting to make sense. The only other thing I'll say about Spider Kid, he had a job in, I think it was in like, so there's a little context for this bit. Where I grew up in Ontario, there used to be a 13th grade, but then they removed it because it was bad luck. So the year I started 9th grade was the year that they removed grade 13. So there was a history, there was a precedent for doing 5 years of high school instead of 4 years of high school, right? But when I finished 12th grade, I went, I'm out this, John. I'm going to university. But a lot of people stuck around and stayed. The kid who wrote all the poems about spiders stuck around and stayed. When I left, he had a job at McDonald's, which is very normal and admirable, especially for a high school student. In his super senior year, he got offered a promotion to become a manager at McDonald's, and he turned it down because he thought it was too much responsibility. So there's a level of that is, you have to admire. It's like, to thine own self be true. But then there's also a level of that is like, that's kind of crazy. Spider Kid's a chiller? Oh, he's a chiller for sure. He's a chiller. This looks like it's from Lawrence of Arabia, and this looks like it's from a Crazy Town music video. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's Twilight, the one with the wolf, which is Twilight New Moon. Arr, stay away from my comfort streamer. Susie Screw had a partner named Sasha, Dumper. I remember her number like the summer. It was her and Susie, yeah, they threw a slumber party, but you could not call it that because it was slumber. Well, it was more like spending night, 3 in the morning, yawning, dancing under street lights. We chilling like a villain and feeling right. In the middle of the ghetto in the hood, but in spite. Although the bull S, we're on our backs staring at the stars above. Talking about what we're gonna be when we grow up. I said, what you wanna be, she said, alive. It made me think for a minute, then looked in her eyes. I could've died. Time went on, I got grown, rhyme got strong, came back home, fine little Sasha was gone. Her mama said she was a dude that was treating her wrong. I kept on singing my songs and hoping at a show that she would one day be standing in the front row. 2 weeks later, she got found in the back of the school with a needle in her arm, baby, 2 months due. Sasha Thumper. It's like that, yo. I love who you are, love who you ain't. You're so Anne Frank. Let's hit the attic and hide out for about 2 weeks. Bruh.